Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to Lineup Predictions here on the Magpie Channel TV, first one of 2020, and what a tough one it is. Oh my god. Away trip to Rochdale tomorrow, third round of the FA Cup. Oh, and we've got about 900 injuries. Brucey's just had his presser this morning. He did say he's going to play as strong as team as possible. Since the Leicester game, I've made up a lineup of what I think might happen, including quite a few of the under-23s, but I don't really know how many of them are actually going to play now. They're playing, what time is it, in a couple hours. I've just seen their lineup just before I started rolling, so I've had to make a few last-minute changes. I seen somewhere the other day that there was a handful that were going to be omitted from that team so they could have a chance, which included Ollie Walters, Ryan Barrett, the Irish lad, McKenty, Oyson or Osson or something. You know, these Irish lads have weird names. Osson, it looks like, probably pronounced Derek or something, Derek McKenty. Mo Sanger. So they're all playing when I perhaps expected them to be in the team. But there is still a few we're going to put in if I can. Also a strange one that I seen but didn't want to believe was that Jamie Sterry and Henri Saivet were going to be omitted as well, due to God knows why. So Brucey mentioned it this morning, so it's not perhaps just a rumour. I didn't mention Sterry, but did mention Saivet, and said it would be wrong to ask him to play after 4 months without being involved. Are you mad? Florian Lejeune was out for about a year and a half, and you've asked him to play like 8 games in 4 days. Like, where's the logic in that, man? Like, the reason we've got so many injuries is because there's so many players that are unfit that's been thrown in at the deep end. Apparently, Yedlin and Ritchie are going to be involved tomorrow. Yedlin hasn't broke his hand apparently, and he wants to play, which is great to hear. But obviously, depending on his fitness, we might need to still make a couple of changes. It'd be great to see Yedlin, to be honest. Matt Ritchie, he's getting there. He's back in training. He's going to train today and see how he gets on, and he should be on the bench should he come through training today, which is great news. Probably wouldn't expect to see him for the same reasons I just mentioned. Don't throw him in. He's been injured since, I don't know, a good few months, about 4 months or something like that. So there's no point rushing him back in if he's not fully fit. Dummett's still out. Clark, Lascelles, Shaw, Manquillo, which is the worst of the injury news from the lads that went off the other day. Still didn't say the extent of them. They don't know. They've had scans. And Manquillo's is the worst of whoever went off. Shelvey, Willems, Manquillo and Shaw. So yeah, Willems and Shelvey still out. So let's make up a team then. I'm going to change formation today because it's Rochdale. I don't want to say 5 at the back. I've kind of got a backup prepared, kind of half known that Brucey probably will play 5 at the back, but mate, it's Rochdale. It's League 1, they're like 19th in League 1, they're below Sunderland. Come on, can't be playing 5 at the back. Going a bit more defensive, going for the kill a bit. More to the point, we haven't got defenders. That's where our biggest issue is. We're going to have to throw a couple of the young'uns in. So there's no point throwing too many of them in, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll show you what I've got devised anyway. Now, like I say, during the week I had one devised, and I did have Darlow starting to give Dubravka a little bit of a rest, and I would have Dubravka on the bench, but I'm going to start Dubravka, bench Darlow, due to Brucey saying he's going to play the strongest team that he has available. And it makes sense, it does make sense, but Darlow's more than capable. Darlow's a great keeper. Against the League 1 opposition, bottom of League 1 opposition, he should be fine. But I don't think Darlow's in his future plans. I think his contract's out at the end of the summer. I think he might be looking to ship him off in January if we could possibly replace him. Like, he's a great number 2. We've still got Rob Elliott there. Freddie Woodman's still out on loan. So I'm pretty much expecting Dubravka to play tomorrow, although if Darlow did start, great. I'd be more than happy to say that. I'm going to start on the left, and I'm going to start, who finished the game against Leicester there the other day, which was Emil Kraft. Typically a right back, I know, but got shifted there because we were shit out of options the other day. The only other option I can see, other than bringing Yedlin back into the team, we've got Ollie Walters. He's a left back from the under-23s who was omitted from the under-23s team today. So I'm expecting him to travel with the team. Whether he gets in amongst or not, I don't know. But we'll carry on and go across to right back. Like I say, Yedlin should hopefully maybe be fit, but the other option for me is Lewis Cass. Also plays centre-back, so he's a versatile option to have. But others are out. Like I say, Jamie Sterry's probably not going to be involved due to lack of game time. And that's pretty much it. Into centre-back there, we've got Federico Fernandez, who's the only senior centre-back we've got available. I was hoping that he would get a rest, to be honest. He's put a lot of effort in, had a lot of minutes over the last couple of months. So this would be a great opportunity for him to get a rest, but due to being the only senior centre-back, I don't really see that happening. He's got to play, really. He's got to lead that line. And alongside him, I would play Ludwig Francelet. One of our summer signings just came in around about the time we signed Joe Linton and Saint-Maximin. He's had a decent game, decent season for the under-23s. Another one that I could have had there was McKenty, the Irish lad, but as I say, he's in the team today for the under-23s, so don't expect him to be playing. And we're out of options there at centre-back. To try and rotate it a little bit, we could start Yedlin on the right and put Cass in a back three alongside Fernandez and Francelet. We've also got Isaac Hayden, who was an option. He started at right back in the last game of last season away to Fulham and had a pretty good game, to be fair. So Isaac Hayden's an option to put in defence. But I'll start with him now. I would expect to see him starting in a defensive midfield role. But similar to what I just said about Federico Fernandez, he's put in loads of work this season. I think the only minutes he's missed is the 3 games he was suspended. I think he's played 90 minutes pretty much every game, and he always puts in 110%. He puts in some mileage during the game, Isaac Hayden. So this is another game I'd like to see him get a rest, but it just doesn't really seem feasible. I don't really think we've got the options there. Alongside him, the Longstaff brothers, they should be great in this game. They both need some more minutes. Matty particularly, I think he could have a great game tomorrow. They work well alongside each other. They've played twice against Man United this season and away to Chelsea. So obviously they know each other's games. That twins share blood. So Hayden, Sean Longstaff, Matty Longstaff. That's a great midfield. The only one I would be a bit concerned about is Hayden. I don't really want to say Hayden play, but due to the options, that's all we've got. To cover them, the only other one I can see possibly available is Kyle Scott. Another summer signing, came in from Chelsea, American, probably not international, junior international. Kyle Scott, he could go in there due to Mo Sangaré, the Liberian international, something like that. He would be a good option, and I would have been happy to see him start in the CDM role, to be honest, but he's playing today for the under-23, so he shouldn't be there, so Kyle Scott is drafted in. And it's up front where we've actually got the most options. But again, due to people's fitness and should they be dropped, should they not, this is another one I'm just going to throw together. Muto on the right. Started against Leicester, had a decent game, he tries, he puts himself about. Not good enough for the Premier League, I don't think, not Premier League quality, but against a team like Rochdale, should do fine. Same with Christian Atsu, he's been on the fringe all season. He's played a fair few minutes, to be fair. He's played a good few games. I think his best performance was the 3rd game of the season away to Tottenham, when Saint-Maximin came off injured after like 15-16 minutes. He came on, got the only assisted the only goal of the game, filled in for the next few games after that until St-Maximin came back, and was alright. When he comes in, he does alright. Like, he doesn't really set the world alight, but like I say, it's the FA Cup. It's bottom of the League One team we're playing. So Atsu should be able to do a job, as well as Dwight Gale. Another one, similar to Muto, been chomping at the bit, hasn't had a lot of minutes, but when he's come on, hasn't really impressed, when more so than Burnley. Missed a sitter against Burnley. But in the Championship, Dwight Gale is a quality striker. Last season he got like 24 goals or something against for West Brom on loan. He came from Peterborough, I think it was, in like League One before he signed for Crystal Palace. So this is a level he should thrive in. So it's a great opportunity for him to get some goals and get some confidence that he can bring back to the Premier League, should he be given another opportunity. So that leaves 3 more for the bench, which I've been seeing on Twitter. People want to see at least 2 of these start, which I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing them play, but I just think Muto, Atsu and Gale need an opportunity. And with it being Rochdale, it's a great place to start. So Almiron to go on the bench. He's one I do not want to see start. He's been my best player for the last few weeks. Leicester particularly, the only one that really put in a shift, the only one that really looked arsed. Again, put loads of minutes in lately and has become one of our key players in the absence of St-Maximin. So I don't want to see him get injured. Rochdale, I don't want to see the Sunday League kicking your shins and out. Like, we can't afford to get any more injuries, which is why I want to see a few more changes. Like, why I don't really want to see Fernandes and Hayden and Yedlin. Like, they need a rest. If we get any more injuries, we're fucked. We've got Wolves away next week. We've got who else we got? We've got Chelsea at home, Everton away, all in the next few weeks. We can't afford to lose any more players. And like I say, Almiron being one of our key players, nah, not having that. Like, Joe Linton as well. He's the one I've been saying everyone wants to see start on Twitter and Instagram and such. He needs confidence, I'd agree. He needs a goal. This could be a great place for him to start. He could bully a League One defence. Hopefully get a couple of goals, get some confidence. But again, he's another fairly key player, despite what you might think of him. I know a lot of people don't like him, but we don't really want to get him injured. We need him in our squad. So at least he's there. I'll stick the last one in, Carroll as well. Rochdale's a great place for them to go and get some goals and get some confidence. But like I say, it is the fitness issue. With Andy Carroll, again, like Joe Linton, it could be a great place for him to go and get his first goal back at Newcastle. But we can't keep relying on him to play 90 minutes week in, week out. We know what his fitness and his injury troubles have been like. Is it worth risking him against Rochdale when we're probably going to need him in the coming games? When we've got people like Dwight Gale, who, alright, if he got injured, it's a shame, but it's harsh, but it's not the end of the world, really. I'd rather have Joe Linton and Carroll fit for Wolves, Chelsea and Everton than I would Dwight Gale, to be honest. So that's why I would have them on the bench, but they're 3 great options there. If things are going tits up, bring them in to change the game, or even if we are doing well and Gale or Muto's got a couple of goals, bring them on for like 10-15 minutes just to freshen it up, freshen some legs. So yeah, strong bench, very strong bench, mixed with a combination of youth, fringe players, a couple of key players, a couple of starting 11 players. I think that's a decent team for what we've got. Like I say, we haven't got Shelby, Willems, Manquillo, Shaw, Lascelles, Clark, Dummett, Sterry, Saive, McKenty, Barrett, Sangair. None of them are available. There was a couple of others. Who I would love to put in at centre back is the captain, Owen Bailey, but he's injured. He's not available. He would be great to put in there. But another one on the crock list, as well as Jack Colback. He's out for 4 months now. He could be a great option to put in there instead of maybe his Hayden. And I honestly don't understand why Saive isn't involved. Saive captained his country to the final of the African Cup of Nations this year. Well, last year. So he's obviously a decent player. I think last time we've seen Saive was 2 years ago when we beat West Ham 3-2. He scored a goal. I'm sure he got man of the match. I'm sure that was the last time we've seen him. So there's obviously a player in there. And I know he hasn't played in 4 months, but I think that's just a bullshit excuse. I'd love to see Jamie Sterry in there. He played a lot of minutes in pre-season in Asia. Another one that I know people want to see, and so do I, is Elias Sorensen. Brought back from, where was he at? Was it Carlisle this season? His loan was cut short. Great player. We're screaming on him to be brought in last season. We really, really want to see Elias Sorensen in the first team last season. Didn't get his chance. He played a few minutes in pre-season as well. Did alright. But, let's say, a striker up top isn't really where we need players. Like, I think we'd just be like forcing the young'uns in there where we don't really need them. Like, we've got Muto, Atsu, Gale, Almiron, Joelinton and Carroll fit. So there's not really any need. It's defence that's the biggest problem. Midfield as well, if we want to give Hayden a rest. There's plenty of things we could do with that team. We're probably going to start 5 at the back again, man, aren't we? But I'd honestly be raging if I seen that. But that's my team anyway. Let me know what you think. What would you do different from what we've got available? What do you expect the score to be? I ain't saying. I can see a giant killing me, to be honest, and I don't want to say that. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? Me and Renty will be down there, driving down to Rochdale early tomorrow morning. If you see we're come shout out, we need some fan cams, all of that. Like this video, subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV. Thanks for watching, everybody, and enjoy yourself.